Hey there, viewers! We're about to touch on another sensitive subject. It's estimated that 11% of the US population has diabetes. That's over 34 million people. Diabetes is a metabolic disease that causes high blood sugar. Your body is also unable to produce proper insulin, which has further effects on your blood sugar level. While diabetes remains a growing concern around the globe, there are things you can do in your everyday life to reduce your chances of developing it. Should you cut sugar? How about regular exercise? Wait, does drinking coffee actually help? We're talking all that and more. Number 1. Drink coffee and tea. We'll kick things off with an unusual one. I mean, who thought coffee could reduce type 2 diabetes? Well, that's exactly the case. While they definitely shouldn't dominate your diet, both coffee and tea are recommended to help reduce your risk of this disease. Numerous studies have suggested that both beverages can lower your chance of type 2. A 2009 study focused on 40,000 participants who drank either coffee or tea each day. After a 10-year follow-up, only 918 cases of diabetes were reported among the subjects. As it turns out, at least 3 cups of coffee or tea per day will reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. But how is this possible? Well, it's not exactly clear. Caffeine, however, has been shown to increase both glucose and insulin levels. The antioxidants found in coffee and tea are also known to prevent diabetes. Green tea specifically contains polyphenols, which reduce blood sugar release from the liver and increase your body's insulin sensitivity. Number 2. Quit smoking. Are you struggling to kick your cigarette habit? Well, perhaps this is the incentive you need. Were you aware that smoking may expose your body to type 2 diabetes? A study from 2007 concluded that active smoking is definitely associated with an increased risk. If you smoke over 20 cigarettes a day, your chances of developing diabetes increased by 61%. Again, further research is needed to fully confirm this claim, but there has been significant effort to show that cigarette smoke can increase insulin resistance. This is when the cells within your body do not respond well to insulin. You're at a higher risk if you're overweight or obese. Before we continue, subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all our great bestie content. Number 3. Cut sugar and refined carbs. If you're at risk of diabetes, one of the first things you'll want to do is cut back on the sugar. This means saying goodbye to refined carbs. Refined carbs consist of sugars and grains stripped of fiber, nutrients, and bran. Basically, anything that can benefit you health-wise. These include foods like white bread, white rice, pasta, pastries, cereal, and hold on tight, pizza. We're not telling you to cut them entirely, but if you'd like to reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes, you'll at least need to cut back. Studies have shown that people who eat large quantities of refined carbs are 40% more likely to develop diabetes than those with low intakes. When you consume sugary foods, the body breaks them down into sugar molecules, which are then absorbed into the bloodstream. As a result, your blood sugar will rise. If your body is becoming insulin resistant, your system won't be able to remove that sugar from your bloodstream, allowing your blood sugar to remain high. Number 4. Eat more fiber. That's right, you better stock up on your bananas. Foods that contain soluble fiber slow down the pace at which food is absorbed into your system. As a result, your blood sugar will rise at a more gradual rate. To be clear, there are 2 categories of fiber. These are soluble and insoluble. Soluble fiber absorbs water, whereas insoluble doesn't. While soluble fiber has been shown to be the most effective type in blood sugar reduction, insoluble fiber also makes a difference, although more research needs to be done for the latter. It's not only bananas that provide fiber. Add some broccoli to your diet. Maybe have an apple once in a while. Foods like beans and nuts are also ideal. You can even take this opportunity to catch up on your spinach intake. Yum! Number 5. Drink less sugary beverages. Are you drinking too much soda? This is something we need to ask ourselves. The more sugary beverages you drink, the more likely you are to get diabetes. Have you ever heard of LADA? This is a form of type 1 diabetes that occurs in people over the age of 18. People develop these symptoms slowly, making it harder to diagnose. Studies have shown that those who drink more than 2 sugary beverages per day are 99% more likely to develop LADA, as well as 20% more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. Be honest, do you drink enough water? Try switching that can of soda for a water bottle once in a while. A piece of research from 2015 observed people who replaced soda with water. In the end, they noticed a decrease in insulin resistance and lower fasting blood sugar levels. Are you concerned about the state of your overall health? Perhaps you'd like to check out our latest video on 22 foods you can eat a lot of and still not gain weight. Are you finding it difficult to drink dairy products? Have a look at our recent clip discussing 10 signs you're lactose intolerant. Now let's get back to the discussion at hand. Number 6. Your portion sizes. This is one of those simple tweaks you can make to your daily eating habits. Were you aware that the size of your meals can have a direct link to diabetes? The more you eat, the higher your blood sugar. If you were to reduce the quantity of foods in each sitting, you may see a significant difference in health. A 2014 study observed pre-diabetic men over the course of 2 years. It was shown that those who reduced the portion size of their meals were at a 46% less risk of developing diabetes than those who stuck to their poor habits. Other studies have shown that your blood sugar and insulin levels can decrease within 12 weeks if you are to simply practice portion control. So, while eating lunch or dinner, start by cutting side items. You may be saving yourself from consuming a ton of excess sugar. Number 7. Exercise on the regular. This one's important. Well, all of our picks on this list are, but exercise is especially crucial in the battle against diabetes. When you exercise, you're increasing the insulin sensitivity of your cells. This means that your body will be using up less insulin to lower your blood sugar. Whether you're lifting weights or simply going for a brisk run, engaging in exercise makes all the difference. Take this study from 2014, for example. People with prediabetes were put under observation to see how their bodies would react to regular workouts. As it turns out, moderate intensity exercise increased insulin resistance by 51%, while high intensity exercise made a difference of 85%. Further research has also included that burning around 2,000 calories weekly was the minimum amount to see these effects. So if you've been procrastinating over your next workout, now's the time to get in your workout gear and start exercising. You can start by trying aerobic exercise or strength training. Number 8. Don't be lazy. Even if you're not exercising, you need to stay active. This means avoid lazy behavior. It's easy to fall into the habit of sitting on your couch and watching television. Instead, try engaging in activity that requires you to get up and move around. Spending your time seated is directly linked to diabetes. Studies have observed that people who spend most of their day seated have much greater chances at developing the disease over those who live healthy, active lifestyles. If your day job demands sitting at a desk while banging away at the computer for hours on end, your body is going to feel that. It's best to stand up and take a break every now and then. This gets your body working again. Remember how I mentioned that burning 2,000 calories weekly can fight diabetes? Well, another great way to get into this habit is simply by standing up. If the choice is ever left up to you, try choosing a workspace with plenty of room to move around. Are you at risk of diabetes? Are you considering any of these tips? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait! What kind of bestie are we if we don't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video, and enjoy.